Hello?
Hello, Miss Jeanne.
Yes.
This is Daniel Watts from
Hi,
WHORL Inside A Loop.
Daniel. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm waiting for you. Daniel, this has been such a morning. I want everybody to know this is the call I was waiting for. He's the actor who I saw in World Inside a Loop. Is that how you pronounce it?
That's correct. WHORL Inside A Loop.
World Inside a Loop. And I was just so impressed by you, Daniel. And there's another guy. Is he around?
No, it's just me this morning.
Oh, okay. And it was just so funny because I thought to myself when I was looking at that, it took place in a prison where all of these young, beautiful black men were sort of representative of different parts of the prison system
Hmm.
and how they got there. You explain it to them because I'm sure you can do it better than I.
No, that's it. It takes place in a prison. Six inmates are taking a personal narratives class, and a woman in our play is called The Volunteer, played wonderfully by Sherie Rene Scott. She comes to help the men teach the class.
Hmm.
Sorry, not teach. She teaches the class to help them work on their personal narratives.
Well, it was so exciting because each of you all was so individual in that particular setting. I mean, what were the various characters she ran into the prisoners?
For us, or
Yes, for you.
for just figuring that out was like we're not playing inmates, but that was for well, we are playing inmates, but like these stories, the monologues that we present, they're written by actual inmates.
Okay.
And one of the things we wanted to keep clear was that we're not my inmate's name. His real name is Felix Mercado, aka Flex.
Uh huh.
And I'm not playing Flex. Like I'll never, we don't really see the inmates outside of this room, so we want to make sure that people understand that, like I'm not actually playing Flex. I'm more so I built a character based on the monologue that Flex wrote about his life, and then I put my own personal take on it.
Sure, sure. Well, I got that part, and what I did like about you guys is that it was so different. I mean, at the end, I won't give the end away, but it was really like, oh, him,
Yeah.
you know. I
Thank you.
mean, right, and it was so like, oh my God, my goodness. How has it been working with this? Because this has been like the critic's choice. The,
Yeah, this has been like one of the greatest times I've had in on a project in a really long time. Um, we started it about a year and a half ago. Dick Scanlon and Sherie Rene Scott, the co-writers, they called us all into a room and had us. It was actually a very interesting process. They didn't really give us any information. They were like, "Hey, we've been working on this play. We'd like you to come like read through it and like help us." We're trying to further develop it. We didn't really know. We get there, they have us take our cell phones and our keys and our watches and anything in our pockets out of our pockets and put them in a box as
yeah.
we come in. So every day before we start the work, like we get rid of all of the distractions out of our pockets, and then we start going to work on it. And it's been cool to develop because then they didn't tell us anything. We didn't know that we had to play
Wow.
multiple characters.
No
So then they
kidding.
gave us the room. We created a safe space to give us the freedom to kind of like get ready to dive into it and play.
How fabulous. What an experience.
Yes.
I looked here and I saw that you've been in After Midnight, The Heights, Memphis.
Oh wow.
Oh, I mean, you know light duty here. You've been working for a while. Where you from,
I'm
Daniel Watts?
I'm from Indian Trail, North Carolina, which is just outside of Charlotte.
I always tell my son this, and it's so funny. I said, as we sit here, everybody thinks, "Oh, I'm from New York. I'm from New York." And I said, "There's somebody in Alabama, Uncle Hookah Chaka Ha, getting
Ah,
ready to come to Broadway." And here
right.
you are, Daniel Watts. You showed up from North Carolina.
Yeah.
That is so cool. I know your parents must be a banana, right?
Yeah. 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 My mom's great. Yeah.
They're so proud of you. So you went there, and then you went to. I see that you worked something with the Yale's repertoire as well.
No, that's Ryan. Ryan Quinn worked at Yale. Just me.
Oh, okay. But I thought you had done a Yale piece as well.
Oh no no. I've worked regionally. I've worked in Atlanta, in Indiana, upstate New York, Virginia, uh, Yeah, Florida. I've been all over the place.
How do you like being down there on Broadway? I call it Broadway because you're all off Broadway, but it's such a great little theater. Uh,
It's a great theater. This is my first off Broadway play, and Second Stage has been an incredible place to work. They've really nurtured the piece and taken care of us as we throughout this entire process. And yeah, and they're very interested in bringing diverse works into the theater, but also getting diverse audiences into the theater. And that's rare. That
sure.
people really care that much about who's coming to see it and what they're actually putting into their space. So yeah, Second Stage has been a really a great experience.
Well, they really. I was so tickled to go there, and you know what? I got the feeling too. Before you get off of here, Daniel, that you all, as a cast members, that you all are quite close. Am I feeling the right vibe there?
Yeah, you're right. Well, like I said, we've been working for about a year and a half, and we've been pretty much working on it. The same group has been working on it for about a year and a half. But also, Derek and I, we've done three shows together. Got to play Sunnyside, and then Nicholas Christopher, who plays Rick, he and Donald and I were in Motown together, and
Yeah, that's right.
we've
Oh, I
all just
forgot
kind
you
of
was in
been close.
Motown. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been close and like knowing each other. So, but even beyond that, just like continuing to work on this piece has just helped it. So yeah, it's definitely an ensemble. These are my boys.
That's so cool. Now, where is World Inside a Loop? It's going to be down. It's at the Second State Theater on 43rd Street. That's so it's 305 or 350.
305.
305. Yeah. And so where's is it going to continue, or is it really going to be over? When's
As of now, it's going to be over on the 27th.
mm,
There's talks, there's works of possibly, now we can't extend to this theater because this is it. But there's a lot of interest as far as I understand, and I don't think people want this to be the end of the road. It could be the end of the road, but I know there are a lot of people who don't want it to be the end of the road. So logistics that have nothing to do with me.
I
A
know.
lot of talk that I won't be a part of, and hopefully I'll get a phone call one day saying, "Hey, we're doing
We're
this,
starting it
we're
again.
starting it again."
Starting.
So,
Well, Daniel, thank you so much for coming
oh,
on
my
my
pleasure.
show. I really appreciate this. And I'm Daniel Watts from North Carolina, up here
Hey,
in Broadway
hey,
now.
hey,
Broadway, New York style. New
I
York
love it.
style. I love you. And by the way, I didn't want to miss Motown. Anybody been in Motown? You gotta drop that name. You know.
Yeah, Motown. That was great. That was a great show
Oh,
too.
that is so good. Well, keep up the good work, and Daniel Watts, I'll see you around.
All right, you see me around, Miss Jean. I look for you.
Okay. All right. Love you.
All right, love you too.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Yeah, that's so nice. I just really mean that. I just, it's kind of like one of those kind of things where you say, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness, my gosh. My gosh, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness, my gosh.